Hi, readers. Welcome back. Today, we're going to continue becoming experts on series book characters, really learning everything we can about those characters that we meet in the series books that we're reading. Let's get started. I'll share my PowerPoint. All right, so we're becoming experts on characters. We've been reading lots of series books like Bad Kitty, Ivy and Bean, Flat Stanley, Stink, Cam Jansen. There's so many series books that we've been reading. And we know that all these series books, all the books in a series have the characters in common. The character or the main character stays the same in every single book, but they just have different adventures. They have different problems that they have to try to solve. And when we notice the things that the characters are saying and doing, it helps us learn more about those characters. Today, we're going to focus on noticing about how a character solves a problem or even reacts to having a problem. The things that they say or do when they have a problem also tells us a lot about who the character is. So I want you to put on your imagination hat. So go ahead and put your imagination hats on. And I want you to imagine a few situations. I want you to become the character and imagine what you would do in these next few experiences that I'm going to give you. All right, here's the first one. Imagine it's a hot, sunny day, and you're at the beach with your brothers and sisters and your family. It's so hot, so you guys all decide to get some ice cream. You run up to the ice cream cart and you order a double scoop Oreo cookie and chocolate chip ice cream cone. The server gives you the cone in your hand and you take it. You look at it and you're so excited to eat it. You go to take the first lick and your cone falls on the floor. That's a problem, isn't it? It's a problem. So what would you do? How would you react? Pause the video and think for a moment about how you would react if you were so excited about this ice cream cone and then it fell. All right, friends, let's imagine again a different scenario. Imagine you were at the playground with your friends and you guys were sliding down the slide and swinging on the swings, and all of a sudden a bully comes along. And that bully is picking on one of your friends. He's saying, "You can't ride the swing. This is my swing. Get out of here." And then your friend gets really sad and upset and he wants to go home. That's a problem, isn't it? If the bully doesn't let your friend go on the swings. What would you do? How would you react? Think about this scenario now. What would you do and how would you react if you were the character in this story? Last scenario. Imagine that you go to the mall with your mom. And imagine that you guys are going through the stores, shopping around, and you're looking at a shirt that you really, really like at a store. And then you look up and you don't see your mom anywhere. You are lost. You're there all by yourself. Your mom is nowhere to be seen. What do you do? How would you react? Think about this for a moment. If this was something that happened to you in a story, if this was a story about you, what would you do? How would you react? All right, keep all those things that you would do for all three stories in your mind. Save them, okay? Let's keep going. There are many different ways that a person responds to a problem, right? If your ice cream dropped, or if there was a bully bullying your friend, or if you got lost at the mall, there are a lot of different ways that you could react to that problem. There's a lot of feelings that might come up if you had those problems. There's also lots of different things you could do to solve those problems, right? So we can learn a lot about who a character is by how they react to a problem. Because the way I solve a problem might be totally different than the way that you solve the same exact problem. The way that I solve the ice cream dropping problem might be different from the way you solve the ice cream dropping problem. However we solve it and react to it, that tells us who we are. So, if your ice cream falls, you might yell or cry and make a big fuss. And that would show the world that you are not understanding, you're fussy, and that you're even maybe a little crybaby, right? So if you react by crying and making a big fuss and saying, oh, my ice cream dropped, I'm so sad, I'm so mad, I want new ice cream, then that would show the world that you're not understanding and you're fussy and a crybaby. Or you might just say, oh, it's okay, it's not a big deal. Maybe I'll just ask my mommy for another one, right? You might be really calm and you might just say, oh, it's okay, I could just get another one. It's no big deal. It's not a big deal, right? Those are two different ways to react to the same problem. And if you react this way in a calm, it's no big deal way, then that shows the world that you are understanding, you're calm, and you're positive. So see how you could learn so much just by the way that a character reacts to a problem. Let's look at the other story that I said. If your friend is getting picked on, you could just ignore it and keep playing, right? You could just say, oh, he's not picking on me, so whatever, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep playing and maybe, he'll just go away. And if you do that, it would show the world that you are not empathetic, you are not caring about your friend, and that you're not a good friend, right? That you can't be counted on, that you're not someone that your friend can count on to take care of you and support you when something bad is happening to you, right? Or you could stand up for your friend and tell the bully to stop, right? You could try to do something to stop the bully and make your friend feel better. And if you do that, then it shows the world that you are empathetic, you are brave, and you are caring, right? That you are supportive and you stand up for what you believe in. So again, it was the same problem, but you can handle it so many different ways. And the way that you react to a problem shows the world who you are. Let's look at our last story. If you're lost at the mall, you could just stand there and start to cry, right? You could just stand there and say, oh my God, I'm lost. I'm never going to find my mom. What's going to happen? Oh my God, right? That could be a way that you react, but then that would show the world that you are scared, you're not really good at solving problems, and that you're worried. Or you could find a security guard and ask them to help you find your parents, right? You could look for a safe grown-up to talk to, like a security guard or someone that works at the store, and you could tell them that you lost your mommy and daddy, and they could help you find them, right? And if you handled the problem that way, if you reacted that way, then this would show the world that you are smart and brave and a good problem solver, right? You do really well under pressure. You think and you solve the problem. You think about what you could do to fix the problem. So when a person responds to a problem, it tells a lot about them. It's the same for characters. So when you're reading, pay attention to how characters respond to problems because it tells you a lot about who they are. How a character responds or acts in a story tells a lot about who that character is. So your independent work for today is to log on to Epic and choose a series book that has been assigned to you to read for 20 minutes. If you read all your books already, read them again. Maybe you'll notice something this time that you didn't notice before. Or maybe this time you'll really notice their reaction to a problem that you didn't notice before. If you read all your books already, make sure you read one again. Then in your student portfolio, write to tell about a problem and what you learned about the character by the way they solved it, right? Pay attention to how characters respond to problems, okay? So in your student portfolio, you're gonna write to tell about a character problem and what you learned about the character by the way they solved it. Your sentence might start something like this. Today I read, and then you would tell me the title of the book you read. In the story, then you would tell me the name of the character. Their problem is that, and then you would say lots of sentences describing the problem with lots of details, telling me what the problem was, what they said about the problem, what they did about the problem, everything that happened about the problem. And then your next line would say, these actions show me that the character's name is trait. So these actions show me that Charlotte is thoughtful, or Charlotte is creative because she asked the rat to go to the trash can and find a newspaper to help her spell the words, right? If we do this on Charlotte's Web, it could look like this. Today I read Charlotte's Web, chapter 11. In this part of the story, Charlotte's problem is that she doesn't know how to spell the words that she wants to write in her web to make sure that they don't hurt Wilbur. So she asks the rat to go to the trash can and get the newspapers to help her spell words. These actions show me that Charlotte is really creative because she knew that the rat goes to the trash can all the time, and she knew that she could find letters in the trash can, okay? So add lots of sentences with details about what the problem was in your story and tell about characters, actions, and words, okay? Good job. All right, friends. So today you're really focusing on how the character reacts to having a problem and how the characters solve their problem, okay? And then you're writing about it with lots and lots of details in your student portfolio. All right, friends, happy reading. Bye.